We are live, first CEO Wisdom podcast of the week today with Olga Shamber. She is CEO at Get Experts. This podcast has been brought to you by podfire.com, which is my company. If you want to start or scale a podcast, get insights, get great guests, also get potential clients. A podcast is really powerful for these reasons. We can also get you invited to other podcasts, which is equally as powerful. Olga, I'm really glad to have you on today. Can you tell us a bit more about yourself and about Get Experts?
Yes, thank you for the invitation. So I'm Olga Shamber and I'm CEO at Get Experts right now and co-owner. So previously we were the part of international recruitment company, but due to current circumstances until the last year, we were the part of this business. But after that, the company decided to leave Russian market, and due to management buyout deal, we bought the company, and right now we are developing this company under Russian brand. So we have 100 people on the team, and we have two offices in Moscow and in Uzbekistan, which is CIS country, if you know, and we covering the recruitment for the whole Russia from Moscow and from Uzbekistan for Uzbekistan and for CIS countries. So also I have graduated Kingston MBA 2 years ago, and right now I'm very interested in spiral dynamics theory, and I'm learning it right now. So what else about me? So I like sport very much. I like yoga, meditation. I like wake surfing, snowboarding, and I'm advanced water diver certified, and also have husband, son, and a dog. So that's all about me. So.
Very cool. Tell us about the spiral dynamics theory. That instantly caught my attention. What is it about? Why does it have your attention?
So this is the theory about evolutionary development of thinking. So this is important not just for business, but in general for everybody. This is how to develop your thinking, the thinking of your company, and how to be, adaptive here, and to find resources for development in general. And I think right now this is quite important. So during the last 3 years, I think we've been living in the constant stress. So this theory is very helpful for me here in this way. So I would say like that.
Love it. Tell us about the buyout. So Hayes, they wanted to get out of the Russian market. Did they give you the company? Did they sold the company at a discounted rate, or did you still have to pay a big price? What was the nature of that deal?
So I unfortunately, I can't share the details in terms of this MBO because of confidentiality of this part of things. So that is why I prefer not to tell about it. But I can say in general that we had a very challenging time that period. So especially if we are talking about the time beginning from the last February until July, August. When the market was in a huge down, and we faced with the decreasing of portfolio of orders, with the decreasing of sales, with demotivated people. I don't know, with a situation that we can't forecast even for 2 weeks ahead. When we had, cash flow challenges, and we didn't know will we have enough money to continue the business. So it was a very challenging situation. And so, but we coped with all the difficulties right now. I hope so. This is still a difficult time, but we are trying to develop it, and this is much, much better than we expected previously. So I would say like this.
Right. Must have been quite challenging, but somehow an opportunity as well. I'm guessing that yet they didn't sell you the franchise with the price, the full price, if they wouldn't have gone out of the market. But must have been quite stressful, because it's like 100 employees to manage in one shot. Were you familiar with like dealing with that many humans, managing that much humans, or that was a first for you?
So my last position in the corporation was the operations director. So I was responsible for 150 people. So much bigger than now, but in terms of responsibility, for sure, the current position and the current situation is much more challenging, of course. And we faced with problems, with challenges which we didn't face before, for sure. So like, I don't know, like cash flow, like absolutely difficult situation on the market, when people didn't know anything in terms of their future, in terms of their position in the company, in terms of their understanding of what's happening. So yes, that was that was very challenging that time. But I managed.
How
In
did
terms
you
of
manage? Like, did you use, I don't know, yoga or going wakeboarding, for example? What strategies did you use to let the steam off?
So if to divide this question into two parts of in terms of resource condition, I would say that yes, sport helped me a lot here. It helped me to switch in terms of the condition, in terms of the like my private, my personal condition of in everything. And yes, I started to meditate after during the pandemic. And it helped me a lot, and I'm continuing practicing meditation, like yoga, and I'm continuing my wake surfing classes. And yes, it helps a lot. And also during summertime, for weeks, I'm living in the countryside, which is very close to nature. It also helped me a lot. So, but yes, in terms of business context, what helped? So the team spirit, I think so, first of all, and that time we had to communicate as often as possible, and we had town hall on weekly basis, and we openly and honestly discussed with people what's happening, what's going on, and all the difficulties, honestly, which we are facing with. Like without any promises, which we couldn't promise to people, we honestly shared the responsibility with them. So the open communication was the first part of doing all these things. The second one is to be focused on operations, because we didn't have a lot of orders, but we had to retain our clients. We had to support them in recruitment processes, and all the directors, all the managers were very focused on client meetings. So I counted, for example, for myself, during 12 weeks, during 3 months, I was conducted 70 client meetings. So I met, and we discussed with the clients our difficulties as well, and they supported us, and we didn't lose, I think, even one client. So we retained all the clients with us, and it helped us a lot. So we saved our reputation, which is very important for us in that time. And what's interesting, beginning from October, the situation began recovering, and the portfolio of orders started to increase, and the sales also started to increase. And right now the situation is much better than we forecasted the last year. So
well, congrats on that. That's That's like crisis management 101, like I think you've done pretty well throughout. Um, how do other Russian leaders dealt with that blow? Like, did you keep close touch with some of other CEOs in Russia and how they dealt with that on their side? Did they use similar strategies?
So I observed two strategies. So the first one was the same things. When leaders, when CEOs and some board members tried to help to their teams, tried to save the business, and they tried to sell the solution sell the solution to the headquarter, and so on. And all the clients, all the company was in the situation when they had to rebuild their business processes, logistics processes, whatever. So I don't know what else, but it was really difficult times for all the company I have ever known. And another strategy, but not like strategy, but another type of behavior when people, so human are human, yes, and people were quite afraid of what's happening, and some leaders, as far as I know, decided to leave market, decided to leave company, whatever, or decided to put their saving position, which is also okay, because people are people, human are human. And this type of crisis, I think nobody could to predict before. So this is really difficult circumstances for everybody in the market, I would
Plus
say.
COVID, so yeah, you didn't had a break since like 3 years, but no, it's quite impressive how you've got somewhat out of this, in these tough times. Like, yeah, Winston Churchill says they make you stronger, and I think they will make you more fit when the market goes back to normal. I think it should go back, like, let's say in 3 to 5 years, hopefully the trade can resume, right? Because I'm one of these believers that do not think that closing the dialogue is the good solutions. We might have our difference, but let's talk. I often use this podcast to talk with folks with different opinions and to like course correct my own opinions that tend to be too far on one side or too far on the other. And I can tell you that this is really beneficial, because else I get kind of extreme in my own beliefs. Sometimes I'm like, okay, these guys are like that, but no, in the end, it's like way more nuanced picture. What do you think about that?
So my values in general is to help people to find their job, to find the right solution, to find the job. So I'm very focused on the business context, and I can say that that time the main thing for me was to save my company and my people and my team. So this was my focus, and this drove me to move forward. But I can say that it was very difficult to keep going further in a good, I don't know, emotional conditions to continue everything. But we had to do this. So we found ourselves in a very unpleasant situation, but so the life is life. So but I can say that after that challenge, I can cope with everything. So,
Yeah, and a
very
lot
good.
of leaders like me, like I look up to you, because I know like how it feels. I probably know like 1/10 how it feels, because my own companies, they crashed and burned many times. But I can only imagine like what you've been through, and that, I look up to you for that. So in terms of stress management and just rebuilding something, because it's also, like you said, being in charge of 100 humans, they have families to feed too, and yeah, you were like in charge of all of that. So yeah, again, good job, and congrats on that. I'm curious though, like, what do you have in plans for the rest of this year? What is your focus?
So you mean further focus? Yes.
Yeah.
So right now we are focusing on new things. So we decided to diversify the business, to diversify the risk. That's why we opened office in Uzbekistan in the last year in October. So, and another thing is that they are focusing on new products right now, and they are focusing on HR consulting. And we launched this type of business just 2 months ago, and until the end of this year we are planning to launch 2 pilots for our clients. We have 2 things right now which we are ready to share with them. This is a recruitment training for internal recruiters and for line managers. Also, we have 2 more things which we want to develop, but without any details right now. But until the end of this year, we are planning to understand, to write the strategy for the next year in terms of HR consulting, in terms of like new products. So we want to do more services for our clients around like HR things, not just recruitment. So this is also, I think, new things right now for us.
And the Uzbekistan market, that's also quite interesting. Why did you decided to attack that one?
So some reasons as well about Uzbekistan. This market right now is developing, but it's still not very competitive. That is why we decided to go to the market which is developing right now, like, for example, Russia 20 years ago, but without any like serious competitors, and it is possible to build something from the scratch. So right now we have office there, and we have 5 people there, and further we are planning to develop like CIS markets, so maybe Kazakhstan, maybe something else, but that was the main reason of going there.
Any
And
other
right now,
markets in mind, like other countries, West, for example, or the Arab market, MENA, for example?
so we thought about it previously, but not now. This is not our strategy right now. If we're talking about Emirates, we thought about it because a lot of company from Russia went to Emirates, but it is very difficult market for us right now, and we decided to focus on like more close to us in terms of understanding people, in terms of understanding business context. It's much clear for us right now. So that is why not Emirates, maybe further, I don't know, but not in the next year, for example.
All right. And last question for you, like, how do you make sure to recruit top players? I mean, that's your job. What qualities do you look into someone when bringing them on board the team?
Oh, very difficult question. So the main thing right now is to be very adaptive to the challenges, to changing markets, to changing situation. You have to be open to new solution, to new opinions. You have to be collaborative because we are working as one team, and which is right now very important. I think right now the team times, not like the personal contributor time. So that is why it is very important for us to have people in the team who are very collaborative. So I think this is quite important for us.
Thank you, Olga. Where can people find out more about you and your company?
So you mean about Get Experts?
Yeah, where can they reach you?
So you can find me in LinkedIn. You can find me via mail. If it is possible to share, maybe you will share my email. And also we have our website. Also, you can find us there. And we covering all the specialisms in terms of recruitment. Especially we are focusing on middle and top management. We are very professional in life sciences and financials, in back office roles and sales and marketing and production and logistics, so almost everywhere. And if you have any question, please don't hesitate to contact me directly.
There you go. So that's Olga Shamber, Shamber with an S, and the website is getexperts.ru. This was Charles, your host, CEO at podbuyer.com. If you want to start, scale, or get invited to a podcast, to get leads, to get guests, insights, and even clients, CEO at podbuyer.com. Thank you.